warm greetings from Palmer, Croatia. So I would like to show you a little bit of the beautiful views here, and I would like to tell you today about my dream about immortality. That's the recent one in the current times. It's maybe you will get a little bit inspired by the views, so I'm going to let you see those views and I will tell you. So I had a dream, and I'm not the only one. But first, take a look at those beautiful areas where I have a few days of pleasure to swim in that water. The water in Croatia is very clean, so you won't see most of the beaches, you won't see the sand, and for that you need a special shoes, and everybody has those shoes. And please, if you ever come to Croatia, take those shoes with you. They look more or less like that. I don't want to do any advertisement here, but they are protecting you from harming your feet. And a year ago it happened that I stepped on the glass and there was a lot of blood floating all the way back home. So use those shoes. I always have them now. Even if I forget, I come back home to have them. I learned my lesson. So Palmer has very nice beaches all around. I have to make sure that I don't record anyone. Here in this very nice area, I hope no people will be seen. I even wanted to sit here, but as you can see, this is not a place for humans. This is a place for dogs. So you have to be very careful if you do not step here on something. So while I'm going to show you around, I will make sure I do not step on something back, because I was very careful coming here. And also I have to make sure that nobody's recorded, so I will get back to you. And here we are again. That was just a little bit of cut, and I have to put that camera a little bit higher, but you will see pretty good from here. So on my side, where you can see hear some noise, there is a restaurant here. There are many here. You can rent the bikes, but Croatia, I have to say, got a little bit crazy, because renting a bike here, it costs more than a taxi. So you can imagine 4 hours of renting a bike, it's 100 kunas, and that's around 13 euros now. But taxi, to get somewhere closer, it can be from 30 kunas to 50 kunas. Of course, the taxi has to arrive, because most of the times in such place as Palmer, Medulin, there are no taxis. The taxis are not arriving or canceling the ride, because if you just want to get from one town to another, it's not really good for them. They probably have to come here longer than the ride will take them 7 minutes, and they have to come here maybe from Pola even. So this is a typical place for families, and they are usually renting the condos, and this is an example of such a condos here. So you can see from here, and it costs around 150 euros per night for one family. And usually, as far as I can see, they're coming the full families here with children, dogs, pets. No, only dogs. Sorry, I didn't see any cat, although there is a lot of those little geckos here on the beach. Okay, I'm coming back to my dream now, so you can see the area a little bit more. And my dream about immortality, it was all about reactions. So it was very symbolic and abstract, so I will save you that. But it was considering the times, so it's a little bit hard to walk and make sure nobody's recorded on the camera and put my mind together and walk, but I hope I will manage. Please let me know about it. It was connected with the times when in the Bible it was always claimed that people lived a very long time, and then came the aliens, there is a concept of that, and messed up with human genetics, and people stopped living that long. And in the dream they told me that it is very much connected with humans' reactions. So basically our lifespan is shortened by the reactions we are having. Let me give people free pass so they can pass and I don't record them on the camera. And of course, when I woke up, this situation reminded me of our current situation in the world. So please make sure that you know that I am talking from the perspective of an author with unlimited imagination. And I was thinking, since those aliens messed up with human genetics, maybe it's true. That's a nice concept. Well, it's not nice, but it's interesting, definitely. Then people live shorter, and now these days people live longer again. The span is, we are doing pretty good in the medicine, progress and everything. So maybe those vaccinations messed up with our human genetics one more time. And just like another dream about, I had this dream one time about Bill Gates, who was presenting me, doing the whole presentation about how depopulation and reset, sort of a reset, is necessary. And he was very, very precise, and he made sense. He made really a lot of sense. It's not going to cause humans much suffering. They're just going to live shorter after taking those vaccinations. So that was my dream. But pretty interesting is that what really shortens our span life, according to my dream of course, is our reactions, our being reactive to our environment. And considering all that situation, so a lot of stress we having, the fear, limitations, and two sides of the story, and everything what's coming out right now in the world, we do have time when probably our discipline has to be stronger to not allow ourselves to stress that much and take these moments. Well, I can tell you from myself, from my part. Oh, oops, sorry. A lot of people here. So I tend to overdo it and work a lot. So I definitely have to pay attention to the discipline of calming down and having soothing time with myself. And this is what I'm doing most of the times here for those few days. So I swim a lot. I swim right here, and I do it a lot every day. There is one thing on the story. There is another. I got so many messages sometimes from people threatened by the situation, telling me what's happening on the borders, about limitations, about some who took the vaccination, Johnson & Johnson. A lot of people reporting me that people suffer with high fever. They got very sick. For some it was 1 week. Some other were taking additional support like L-arginine and other natural supplements, probably not supplements, but also other forms of natural medicine that they had with them, and they suffered a little bit less, like 2 or 3 days, but they still had enormous issues with that. So I would never suggest what to do, because I think just from my side that both of the sides of the story is not enough data right now to have the right type of a conclusion from the situation. I think this experiment, I consider this as an experiment in this phase, and as scientists always claim, we need 5 to 7 years to make sure something really, really works and it has no negative effect on human body, and if it has negative effect on human body, what kind, and what kind of negative effect it has on psyche, because this is very much connected. So I will be rather cautious about that, and considering also another thing that are coming out right now in the world, and the lying, the documentary about UFO, all these documents are coming out. You know, if people are, sorry about that, there's someone coming on the side. Look, let's go in another direction. If there was something the government's military or anybody who has power didn't tell you in the past, and we see that from the history, why do you think everything is vivid right now, and you do not know what is hidden right now, what's going to come out in a few years from now? So I would be very, very cautious from both sides, because there's also other side of people who are introducing a lot of fear and creating stories where something is extremely damaging, and in the fact we do not have enough data from both sides. But it's also not convincing for me that only every now and then someone dies from being vaccinated. So that's not good enough for me. I don't know how is it for you. I got many vaccinations in my life, and my recent one was 3 years ago, and I didn't have those tremendous symptoms, although I had pretty drastic ones in a different way. And they also told me it was a vaccination caused by the vaccination. So I just want to tell you that please be cautious and do the right, make the right decision for yourself, of course. From my side, I cannot do anybody what to do. I just would like to find out what is the truth. So please let me know what are your thoughts. And from my side, of course, please remember, this is just from my outer perspective, and all these stories, I like them too, but please, if you like the conspiracy theories just like me, please verify them. A lot of them came true. A lot of them were also sensation. They were also just attempt of someone to become famous, have a story, and in fact it wasn't the truth. So I think this is the time when we need to verify everything what we are seeing, reading, looking at from both sides, instead of denying it, just looking at it closer until we find out our truth. So on that last note, I'm leaving you with that beautiful view, and nobody's here at that time because it is coming more to the evening time. And I'm wishing you wonderful evening, wonderful day, whatever you are. And till the next time, bye bye.